Hi, and welcome to the video on setting up your first affiliate WordPress site. Now, the first thing I want to talk about are the tools and the things that you need before you can actually install the WordPress site. And then I'll go about actually showing you step by step, how to put all the pieces of the puzzle together, how to connect the domain name and web hosting, and then, how to install the affiliate WordPress site. The first thing you're going to need is a domain name. But before you actually go to a domain registrar and start buying a domain name, you do need to do a little bit of research first. Now, the video previous to this video number 2, talks about how to find a topic and whether or not that topic is profitable or not. Now you need to find a domain name. But the question is, how do you find a good domain name? Well, you need to do a little research before that, and I will show you next just how to do that. You also need to know what kind of keywords that you are going to rank on, because before you actually create your affiliate blog, you want to know what kind of keywords to use inside of the blog. If you know what kind of keywords you're going to use inside the blog, then before you actually install the blog, you can keep those in mind so that when you create the name of your blog, create the posts for your blog, and things like that, you can begin to rank on keywords that people are actually typing in to find that specific solution in that niche. For example, I talked about relationship breakups. Then I can find a good domain name that relates to that, and perhaps find a domain name that people are actually typing in, the keywords people are actually typing in, so that I can find a profitable domain name. And that's all going to make sense in just a minute if that doesn't make sense right now. Okay, so before you actually buy a domain name, I want you to do some research on keywords before doing that. So what I would recommend you do is open up 3 tabs in your internet browser. The first tab you should go to freekeywords.wordtracker.com, just as you see up here. It's a word tracker free keyword tool. The second tab is keywordspy.com. And of course, the third tab or the third website is domaintools.com. Best of all the taxes that I'm going to be using are free. There are paid subscriptions, but for the free level, you can get just as much for what we're doing right now. Now, keep in mind that when you're trying to find a domain name, you want to find a domain name or a keyword that people are searching into Google, into Yahoo, and into other search engines. And perhaps there's a high demand for that keyword, but a lot of times people overlooked the fact that that keyword can be a domain name. But you also want to get something that is general enough that you can write about, for example, I chose relationship breakups to create some sort of answer and solution for those people who are going through that. So what I want to do is I want to go to Word Tracker and I'll type in some sort of general keyword, for example, breakup. And let's see what I get. How to get over a breakup. Um, Painful breakup poems, breakup letters. And as you can see here, there's specific niches within that keyword. For example, how do guys handle breakups? There's 102 searches, which is pretty good. And maybe you can create a blog about specific for guys only. Or breakup letters, breakup songs, how to survive a breakup, getting over a breakup. So those are some good things. So what I'm going to do here is I'm also going to open a new tab with the same thing with free keywords. wordtracker.com. And then I'm going to put in here a relationship breakup. And that gives us a lot more searches, as you can see. Difficult overcoming relationship breakups has about 20 searches. But if I look over here, these have a lot more searches. How to get over a breakup and things like that. Now, the reason why I'm doing this keyword research is for finding a good domain name. But not only that, I can use this to find good keywords that I also want to rank on as well, especially when you create your WordPress blog posts, blogs and titles and, keywords, articles, and even free reports, free videos, and things like that to drive traffic to your blogs and to get people to your blogs and to help people who are going through that specific problem. So now you can get an idea of the types of keywords or possible domain names that we can rank on. So I'm going to go to the Keyword Spy, do the exact same thing, except in this case I want to pick the radio button keyword, click on search, and we'll see what kind of results that we get. Breakups, and we kind of can see what people are bidding on as far as pay-per-click goes. Surviving a breakup, relationship breakup, and you can see the search volume per month, which is very nice. So I'm going to click on relationship breakup here, see what kind of results we get. So as you can see the CPC, or the cost per click, and go through here. And you also want to keep in mind that when you get a domain name and you do research keywords, that when you do find products from ClickBank and other CPA offers that will help that person, you do want to keep in mind that you want to find some sort of solution for people that they can fix their problems pretty fast. For example, when somebody breaks up with somebody, they're going through a cycle and a phase where they have ups and downs. They're trying to survive that and trying to get over that quickly. So because they're trying to get over that quickly, or they have that need that needs to be met quickly, then as you can see, this can be very profitable. At the same time, you can add value to the market. So you can get an idea of this type of stuff and what you can find yourself as far as affiliate blogs go. Now, once you have your keywords, the second thing you want to do is actually go to domain tools. And here's why. I'm going to copy this over, how to get over a breakup. You could maybe make a report, 7 ways to get over, or how to get over a breakup within a week, and things like that. So go to domain tools, and actually I did that wrong. I need to go to domain search. And I see that there is a domain that was taken for that. How to get over a breakup, how to get over a bad breakup. But you can also see what is available too, which is the reason why I like this tool, is because it gives you other options. How to get over your breakup. That one's open too. I could even copy this over and see what's available. And sometimes the .coms are taken, but you got to keep in mind this is a blog, so I mean you could take the .net as long as that is not like a trademark of a actual company. Best relationship breakup help. And you see that's available too. Alright, so once you find that keyword and you find that it is available, then what you want to do is you want to go to an actual domain registrar. For example, I would recommend two: Namecheap.com and GoDaddy.com. GoDaddy.com tends to have a lot of sales going on as well, so you might want to check that out. And sometimes they have coupons. If you go on Google and you search around for some coupons, you might be able to find some sales there as well. Now, I'm not going to be using GoDaddy because I use Namecheap. Namecheap's at $9.69 per year, which is a pretty good deal. And so far, so good. I've used Namecheap since about 2004, and they've been very, very good. Their support team's very good, and that's the reason why I like to stick with them. So I'd recommend just typing that domain name here and then purchasing it just like you would purchase a regular product. Now, once you purchase that domain name, then what? Once you have your domain name, you're going to need web hosting. Remember in the first video where I talked about, domain name being like an address of a house, and then web hosting being the actual house, because when you go to the address, you see the house. You can fill up the house with a bunch of furniture, desks, items, things like that. So the web hosting is basically a server or an area where you upload files like images, videos, text, so that when you go to the domain name, you see the web hosting. And I'm going to show you all that in a minute. I showed you how to find a domain name. Now I'm going to show you how to find web hosting, the specific requirements. For example, in order to install WordPress, you do need a specific web host. Now, most web hosting companies already have PHP, MySQL, Fantastico, and things like that. But in this case, to keep it simple, if you've never got web hosting before, I would recommend HostGator, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So right now you're looking at HostGator.com, which is a web hosting company, and I recommend them greatly because I've heard a lot of great feedback about them. I have personally used them many years ago, but I don't use them now because I use another hosting company because of their virtual private servers. But for you, what I would recommend that you do is if you're going to have more than one website, which I'm sure that you probably will in the future because you want to plan for the long term. I would recommend that you get a reseller hosting account, because what that is that allows you to put as many, I don't know if they have a limit, but we can view it right now, but reseller plans allow you to put as many domains inside them. So let's say that 1 month later you decide to develop another affiliate blog, and then another affiliate blog or another website or things like that. Then you can do that, and then you can expand without having to purchase more accounts. And as you can see, they give you disk space, about 50 gigabytes of space, which is well enough. If you're just running blogs and you're not really dealing with a lot of videos, then 5 gigabytes is really all you need as well. Bandwidth wise, 500 gigabytes is all you need. I mean, I've done product launches that have had thousands of people, downloading gigs of files, and I've only gone up to 200 gigabytes. So for you, if you're just getting started, I would recommend that you just start with the basics and then move up as you grow. But this is really all you need right now. Now, if you do decide to go with a different web hosting company, you do need to watch out for a few things. You do need to have some sort of cPanel, you do need to have MySQL databases, and you do need to have PHP. Now, most web hosting companies have that. That's pretty standard. But the main thing that you are looking out for is something called Fantastico, which is what HostGator has, and that's why I recommend them. Fantastico is basically a software, an online software that's part of your control panel. And all you have to do is go to Fantastico, WordPress is already inside it, and with a few clicks of a button, you can install WordPress very, very easily. Now, I know many of you are probably asking, okay, what happens now? Now that I have a domain name, now that I have a web hosting account, what happens now? Well, once you register with HostGator, they will send you some information about how to connect your domain name with your web host. So, for example, if I log into my Namecheap account here and I find a domain name, and let's say, for example, that I'm going to pick a domain name here. We'll choose limitedbonuses.com. And if I go to domain name server setup, you're going to have to specify your custom DNS servers. And HostGator is going to provide you with all that, so that's not something that you have to worry about. All you have to do is add your DNS servers here, click Save Changes, that's it. Now, it might look a little difficult now, but believe it, it's not really that difficult. And that's why I say buy the domain first, then buy web hosting, provide them with your domain name, and then just log into Namecheap, click on domain name server setup, and add the DNS servers here. That's all you have to do. And then once you're ready, then you can log into your hosting account and then install WordPress. Now that you have your domain name and your web hosting, you can move on and get the actual WordPress software. Now, the reason why I mentioned that I recommended HostGator is because they have Fantastico, and most web hosting companies do have Fantastico, but if you don't know what that is, I'll show you what that is in a minute. And for now, don't worry about the theme just yet. What I mean by theme is the look of your WordPress site. WordPress is so easy to use and so easy to change the look of that you can pick and choose a theme later down the road in the next video. And you can pick and choose themes. You can upload the theme. You can change the theme within a few seconds. And it's that easy to do. Now let's install WordPress. And believe it or not, if you follow these steps, we can install it within a matter of 5 minutes or less. And it just requires you to click a few buttons and just follow me step by step through this video. To install WordPress, all you have to do is go to your cPanel. Now, whatever hosts you use, HostGator, web hosting, other types of hosting companies, they will provide you with access to a cPanel or control panel. In this case, most of the cases, if you do cPanel, you go to www.yourdomain.com/cpanel. In this case, it's limitedbonuses.com/cpanel. Then I'm going to proceed and enter my username and password, and I'll see you on the inside. Alright, so I logged into my account, and what I want to do is scroll down to the bottom, and you'll notice this blue smiley face, and it's called Fantastico. Go ahead and click on this icon. Once you're in Fantastico, you'll notice that there are a lot of other softwares in this suite of software package that you can install other scripts. So these are all scripts. We've got WordPress, we've got other types of blog platforms and things like that. What I want you to do is click on WordPress. And as you can see, I don't have any installations for WordPress on this site. So as you can see here, this means that you can install many blogs on one site. Now, I would recommend, because you're building an affiliate blog, that you buy a different domain name for every blog. So what I would do is click New Installation. And as you can see, it's a step-by-step process. It's a 3-step process, fairly easy to do. Now, for all of you out there, I would recommend that you install it on your main directory, basically your front page. So anytime anybody visits www.whateveryourdomain.com, they automatically see your blog. But in this case, because I already have stuff on my front end, I'm actually going to install it in an actual directory. And then what you want to do is add your administrative username and password. This is basically the username and password that you're going to use to log in to your WordPress administrator panel, which accesses things like blog posts, themes, basically everything that relates to the look of your WordPress site and maintaining your WordPress site. So you want to create a username and password that you're going to remember. So go ahead and do that, and then you want to add your administrative nickname, your email, your site name, and your description. What I would recommend is, remember we did all that research with the keywords? Make sure that you pick a site name that relates to those keywords and a description that includes those keywords that you want to rank on in Google in your description as well. Once you're done with that, then we can click on Install WordPress. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so just to show you what I did, I entered my name, my email, and my site name, which is Overcoming Your Painful Relationship Breakups. And notice that I use keywords like painful relationship breakups because this really hits on the emotions of the people that are going through these types of things. Now, I'm really using that just so I can attract the right type of person. Then my description is, did you break up with your loved one? We'll help you get over it. So you want your description to support your site name. Once you're done with that, you can click on Install WordPress. And just another note, just to make sure you understand that if you do already have an existing website and you want to install WordPress on there, as far as putting it in a folder, make sure that you put the folder name in that blank that I showed you earlier. Otherwise, it's going to overwrite the stuff, or it's going to basically mess up a lot of stuff that you worked on the front end. That's why I recommend getting a brand new domain name. All right, so back to this. This is step 2. Now it's time to finish the installation. What this is going to do is install a MySQL database onto your website, and it's going to do it fairly quickly. And the reason why I'm showing you this is it's so easy to do, as you can see. Click on Finish Installation, and then there you go. You have your username, your password, and then you can send the details to your email as well, so that you have, a username and password stored somewhere else. So now that we're done with that, we can go back to WordPress here. We can click Visit Site, and this is a typical look of the WordPress blog. As you can see, it's not that great as far as the theme looks, but it's okay because in the next video I'm going to show you how to turn this ugly looking affiliate blog into something amazingly beautiful that can capture your audience. And not only that, it can brand you in a better way and as well increase your conversions. So, with that said, let's go ahead and move on to video 4, where we talk about how to turn your affiliate site into a professional affiliate blog.